Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Yes, it is. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Thanks for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. Hey, let's just a quick note. Remember, Friday we're going to be in the new updated trading room. So I think it would be nice if everybody sort of tried to log into the other room. It's open now, and we can play with it today if a little bit toward the afternoon. I'll even put a chart up. But if we can just try to get logged in and make sure the new app is working for you, that'd be great, because we go live in it Friday morning. So good morning again. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a lift here in the SPY. What does that mean? Really, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's see, Bob C is asking, is the app on the phone? No, you have to go get it. And here, when I finish here, Bob, I'll give you a link for the full instructions, okay? It's really easy to do. Even I did it. What was it, Monday? Believe me, I did it. So it was pretty easy. So what does it mean here? Really nothing. Sometimes you can sneeze and it doesn't mean you have a cold. It's okay, that happens. And I think that's all we have here is a little sneeze. I wouldn't get too excited. I wouldn't get to chasing. I wouldn't be thinking, hey, we've got ourselves a slick little bottom here because we can make an argument on support, and you could certainly make that argument. But what we need to see is a true chart pattern come out of this. And if you notice, on the way down, we have a true chart pattern. Right here, we have an evening star. And then we have a high that went to a low, to a failed high, actually produced another evening star. These are all chart patterns from that high to a new low. That is a classic downtrend chart pattern. So what needs to happen? We need to have a chart pattern that turns it around. So something like this, a low, I'm just going to guess now here, a high, some failure here, a pullback for a higher low, I'm just guessing right here. And we need to break out of that high. And that would now give us a low, high, higher low, higher high. And that would set us up for a trend up now. There's another way it could happen. Certainly possible. Anything is possible. Today, we could do that today. That is possible. But I do think that trading would be in this area. I would want to see a little rest and trading above about 630, 463, right in through here, maybe a little higher than that number. So the important thing is don't get all hyped up over one little candle, okay? Don't get hyped up on that. Alrighty, let's take a look at some charts. Got some longs, I got a couple shorts in there, and I think I have a long that is a short. I think I have two of those maybe. Yeah. We'll get through them. Kind of a lot today, 11. These are stocks I'm just adding to the watch list. Doesn't mean I'm going to trade any one of them today. The watch list does not mean that I'm going to trade anything from the watch list today. I'm simply putting them on the watch list because I like the way they're acting. I like the way the charts are setting up. And when I feel the market is more in my lane, then I will look at placing trades from the watch list. So let's just kick it off here. Here's BEKE. I like BEKE because of the bottom here. Nice little double bottom. Here we've rallied up. I can even see a little bit of a rounding action in price action. What I really like about this is the way the last week has handled itself, a little week and maybe a few days more. Here's a little morning star signal. Here we rallied up right to the dotted deuce, and here we pulled back, and we actually put in all these lines. Makes it so you can't see it. How's that? Let's make this a little smaller maybe. There we go. Morningstar, we rallied up to the dotted deuce. Here we pulled back. We created another Morningstar, and now we're popping up in pre-market here. We're above that dotted deuce area. This is a rounded bottom breakout, and this is where I put this box this morning. Maybe we should bring it up a little bit. We'll go right there. So about a 36.5% trade to the 200 period moving average. That's the standard out of the box rounded bottom breakout. Of course, we need to be concerned about price action, resistance along the way, that sort of stuff. But that's right there. That's just out of the box rounded bottom breakout trading. SCCO is another one that's a rounded bottom breakout. We've got a nice double bottom. From that double bottom, we just started putting in a nice little chart pattern here with the bulls stepping up. We had a day here we went down, but the bulls came in hard with a engulf here. And then from that engulf, if we just take the top of that engulf, and I think this is a good time to use this line right there. If we just do that, the top of that engulf, when you get that breakout, that's the time to start taking the chart kind of serious. So right through there, that's what we're going to look at to be bullish over, whatever that is, 635-ish. It would be nice to have a nice little inside day entry. That helps keep the risk down, because we know that if it starts falling out of the rounded bottom breakout, that would be our stop. And we've got about 11.5% up here to the 200 period moving average. Again, that's just a simple rounded bottom out of the box setup. Of course, you want to watch resistance over on the left. SCCO, beautiful little rounded bottom breakout. Look at that T-line run. Beautiful T-line run. Just to point something out here, this T-line run, it may have actually been a T-line run right through here. Look at the T-line run PBO 3/8 trap. 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 Nice. Here we are popping out of the 3/8 trap, and I'm seeing about 11% up to 76.25. Now, when I put these boxes up like this, I'm not at all suggesting that the chart can't go higher. It certainly can. It could go to $100. I'm just looking for a swing trade. It's kind of like going out and go to the grocery store, buy a loaf of bread, that sort of stuff, Cheetos, a beer or whatever. That's my plan. I know what grocery store I want to go to. I've got a list. That's what I'm looking at right here. When we get to this 76.25 area, assuming it gets there, then you can reevaluate the trade and look for it to go higher. Or, and this is the part that I got to tell you can be kind of nerve-wracking sometimes, and I'm talking for me, is, let's do this. And I don't mean for nerve-wracking for me for myself, but I mean nerve-wracking for me for other people. And here's what it is. Here you make your trade, you enter your trade, it comes up, and all of a sudden you get that ooey gooey, oh, it's going to go higher thing going on here. And it absolutely may do that. It truly, truly may do that. But what happens is a lot of folks, they just don't take profits off. And then what happens is the chart starts doing this. And now they've got this wasted time. If you would take the profits off, and then if it did start to break out, you can buy it back. And that just sometimes makes me want to pop my eyeballs out. I've certainly done that. And all you're going to give up is 1% or 2%. Yeah, Dick is pointing out, thanks Dick, that earnings is on the 24th, coming up in a couple days. So, make sure that you're okay with earnings. Definitely. Thank you. Thanks, Dick. Here's TECK. I like what TECK is doing. I'm looking for 41 up here as a possible target, a couple minor targets along the way. Again, we've got this T-line run, pullback 3/8 trap. T-line run, pullback 3/8 trap. We might be talking about that going forward here quite a bit because I think it's very cool. eBay, looking a little short here. Thanks, I believe it was Jeff last night that gave me this one. Here's a nice downtrend. You can see the Trendicator is red. We're under the 200 and the 50 period moving average. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Daryl. So on weakness, I see this as a short, about 16% down to $54 is what I'm looking at. There is a real possibility that if the market starts to do a little bit of a rally this morning, there is a real possibility that we pop up just a little bit, and that will actually add good opportunity for a short. This is a short unless it breaks out. If it breaks out, then short's off the table. But if it came back down, short would be back in on the table. NEM, I'm going to kind of speed up a little here, just a little time. NEM might be setting up a little gold chart. You can see how the Trendicator's been trending. You can see the price is pretty wild and crazy, actually. Man, that's some healthy swings right there. So be careful with this one. Be careful with that. We do have a nice little overall. The Trendicator's working out really nice. Here we've gone from a low to a high to a higher low, and now we've got some bullish activity here. Nice rounded bottom. These are all, last night at the webinar we talked about conditions, and what I'm pointing out is just simple conditions that I use. I don't have a rounded bottom on my scanning tool. I don't have anything like that. But when I'm looking at a chart that has been filtered through several conditions, then I go through and I want to use my eyes. Your eyes is the best scanning tool there is. There is no match to your eyes. So your eyes come in here, and then you can take a good look at that chart. Why do you like that chart? Maybe the rounded bottom, maybe the 50 period moving average curling up, maybe the fact that price is over the 200 now. Maybe we've got a big move over here. We've got a little gap, and that candle jumping to the downside right here. That is part of a gap. There's just nothing there. So it's not just this little area as a gap. You've got this whole big move that's a gap. The candle just happens to be there. So I'm really liking what this is doing. 11, maybe 12% up there. Amgen, here we go with that trend again. Here we go with that T-line run again. And look at all the places we could have had a T-line run pullback, T-line run pullback, T-line run pullback. And usually when you have the pullbacks near the T-line, you're going to have a 3/8 trap, usually. Pretty much most of the time. Here we've got a big bullish candle, 2 candles inside the trap. I think that's hot to trot. That's something that we need to keep our eyes on. Could be a buy inside the trap, could be a buy on a breakout of the trap of about 234.95. Hershey, if you want to be a little bit defensive, or if you just like chocolate, and that's okay. Once again, T-line run, pullback 3/8 trap. It's a great way to monitor a chart. Very easy, very simple. 9% up here to the top. Looks like about 5%, maybe 4.5% to that line right up there on Hershey. Hershey's never going to be a big money maker. It's never going to be one that moves from here to here and it's going to be 30%. It's just not going to happen. But man, I'll take you. I'll tell you, I'll take these 9%ers all day long. RWM, this is a long and a short. It's a long shorting IWM. So RWM is a long trade betting that IWM is going to go down. So it's a long short trade. So I want to keep an eye on this. Look how flat we've been kind of running here. Then we dipped and we came back up. We're back to running flat again. I'm looking at this IWM or RWM here from, just scrunch it up. And I got to tell you, if this market gets, say, nasty, really, really uncomfortable, nasty, this might be a nice chart to keep on that watch list. It's certainly not set up to be a buy right now. It could be toward the end of the day. So this needs a little help. What I'm kind of looking for is I want this close to me, because if we start breaking out, which I'm looking more for a buy down here, but if we start breaking out of this 2350, and that means IWM is going down, small caps going down. If we break out of that, I see 2550 up here as a target. If we get up into this area, and say you get your buy down here, I'm looking at 42% up to 31 bucks. And I think that's where we start moving into some resistance that might matter right in there. And that just, to me, looks like a trade I'd kind of like to be part of. So I think we ought to keep a really close eye on RWM if the market gets really, 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 really nasty. Nastier than it is. UNG, nice bull trade. Somebody at the webinar last night gave me this one here. Thank you very much. Nice bottom. Here we've rallied up on good volume. We've pulled back. We're in the 3/8 trap. Trendicator green. I'm looking for 25%. That's my trade right there. Again, I'm just planning my trip to the grocery store. Buy a loaf of bread, some cheese, some Cheetos, 6-pack of beer, kind of a thing. I'm not going to worry about it going up here. I can worry about that once I'm finished at the grocery store, right here. You can always get back in the trade. You can always keep the trade. But right now, that's what we need to focus on, right there. QID is another one of those long trades, but you're betting that the Qs are going to go down. A lot like that RWM, betting that IWM is going to go down. So I'm looking at QID here, little bottom, rally up, pull back. We're starting to move a little higher. We're testing the dotted deuce. This is a rounded bottom breakout, by the way. I've got 18% up to this top on October 4th. I'm going to put another line here at the 200 because that's just the standard out of the box rounded bottom breakout rules. Even then, if it was bought in this area, that's almost 12%. Pretty sure everyone would be tickle pink. So, alrighty, the main thing today is don't lose money. 1 through 10 should be don't lose money. Nowhere in 1 through 10 should we be worried about making money. Today's not a money-making day. Today looks like it's going to be a don't lose money today. So I know we want to get out there, hit the bricks hard. I know we want to throw trades. I know we want to make some money. But sometimes you got to know where to pick your fights. And we want to make sure that everything is in our favor. There's no doubt in my mind we're going to see some great charts, some good charts that can be traded. Just remember to pick your fights, okay? All right, later, guys. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. Thanks.